This is Comic Picks by the Glick.
Yeah, I'm your host, Jason Glick.
Hey, Jason, what do you have for us today?
Okay, well, today is like the very rare thing where it's like I'm talking about something that I've been reading. It's like, for a while now, but I haven't actually, written up any reviews. It's like about it, it's like on the blog. It's like, yeah, I've talked about the series, like, when it was listed in like the image solicitations a couple times, but, um, but this series is called Copra by Michael Fife. This is a series that I first came to my attention years ago. I think it was like reading about it on Comics Alliance, and they basically said it was like it's like the continuation of Suicide Squad that you always wanted. Now, those of you not familiar with it, Suicide Squad is the like very influential '80s DC series from John Ostrander, Kim Yale, Luke McDonnell, and many others. Basically took like a lot of random villains that had been like created and discarded like over the course of DC's history, put them in the in the series, and then just send them on like suicide missions, and the appeal being that you never knew who was going to live and who was going to die, because hey, these are just a bunch of randos. It's like hey, it's like so it's not going to matter if they live or die here. So that, and the series like trade on that appeal for let's see 66 issues, I believe. And it's like and even after it ended, like people were just still wanted more. So there were revivals. There was a follow-up series from Ostrander, and yeah, and also like new iterations in the it's like in the New 52 era. And of course like the movies as well. It's like there's the not fondly remembered David Ayer version, and the much more enjoyable and influential James Gunn version. So, but the thing is, though, it's like for a while there DC was just not doing anything Suicide Squad related. So what's so if you're a fan, it's like, and you want to do your like and you're limiting the fact that there's no Suicide Squad comics out there. Well, if you're like Mr. FIFA, you just go ahead and make your own, and that is what Copra is. Now, it's like there are certain like very obvious character analogs at work here. It's like the main cast of Copra. It's like it's like involves like guys like Lloyd, who is a clear dead shot analog. Um, Boomer, like unmistakable with regards to like Captain Boomerang. It's like, and then there's like guys like it's like a Manhead and Chango, who, I mean, I've never been able to tell which one is meant to be like Bronze Tiger. So, and then there's like their leader Sonya Stone, who who obviously like meant to be Amanda Waller, but hey, because FIFA is like doing this on his own, he can bring in like other people as well. Oh, like it's like cause like if you because hey, if you also want to like throw in like a Frank Castle looking guy as team second in command and trainer Castillo, you can do that. If you want to do your own riff on, say, like Peter Parker, like whose uncle was Iron Man, and give him his own like special robotic suit, then hey, you can do that too. You can also do like riffs on, it's like Elektra, Doctor Strange, Clea. It's like there's a lot of like influences here, and even though and some of the fun is just like seeing these characters like interact. Well, knowing their knowing their personalities, like, and backstories, and that and in the it's like in the appeal of the series, it's like it's just like, and it's just like especially like like pure Suicide Squad, because like their first mission basically involves one of their team members like getting their hands on a object of incredible power, and then just going off on their own. And after a town is blown up in the process, and now it's like Cobra has to go and get it back. That's the thrust of the first volume. The second deals with the fallout of that, and if they pick up a guy from another dimension with this like with this incredible like power vest that gives him like psychic powers. I forgot to mention that, yes, Shade the Changing Man, his pre Vertigo version is also like in this team as well. And then you've got it's like, and then like then the like the second volume basically like like picks up on the fallout from that first mission as it's like as Sonya tries to get the team reinstated, only to find out that their government bosses are up to some really shady shit that goes by the name of Ochizan. So it's like, what is Ochizan? Well, it's like good question because initially it's just like this nebulous like threat that eventually like turns reveals themselves to be like world destroying pe- um like a group of world destroying power and has ties to the team's super strong big gun loving girl Guthi. It's like and also like have like have they also have like their own like roots in like the Jack Kirby's New Gods as well. 'Cause one of their members is a clear riff on Orion as well. So, but as far as like, but Ochizan does not drive the story, the series. In fact, like the series kind of like progresses like you'd expect like a superhero comic, like from the big two to go. It's like after the first two volumes, we get six individual issues showing you like what various characters are up it's like are up to in their downtime from Copra, or in their downtime when one of them is in prison in a it's like in a interplanetary jail. It's like and then things go on with like them like going on like other like various missions like here and there, and it's like and dealing with their own like interpersonal squabbles as well because well let's just say the Deadshot Boomer Captain Boomerang rivalry, or in this case the it's like the Lloyd and Harkness rivalry here. It's like gets a lot more violent and a lot more personal. But even so, it's like it's still like entertaining to see FIFA like put these characters like through their paces of the course of their run, and he can like take them into like just strange, weird places, and he's not afraid to just like eventually just like murder. It's like characters you've come to love over the course of their run. It's like yeah, he's true to the spirit of the Suicide Squad, like from beginning to end. And but in terms of like actual storytelling here, it's like it really does feel like he's just like we're just like being like he's just like spinning stuff up and then just like letting it go. It's like it doesn't really feel like there's a lot of like long term it's like ongoing plotting here. I mean there are some like plot threads that that are planted way back at the early in the series that subsequently come to fruition later, like Castillo's fate is it's like is one of those things. But in terms of like having like one big narrative like driving forward, um it never really feels like that. And that's my biggest complaint about the series because even though like the series is it's like is not like anything you would see from Marvel or DC. It's like its storytelling really does feel um like very like become very superhero comic like related. And while FIFA does talk in some of his afterwards about how he was influenced by Kentaro Miura's Berserk, um Berserk had a much more clear sense of purpose and forward momentum like over the course of its run. And yeah, it's like there was stuff like there that that Miura has like set up um like in early volumes that he eventually paid off beforehand, but it always felt like he was like driving forward, like it was like meticulously like planned out. Copra doesn't have that feeling. It just kind of feels like we're just kind of like spinning off, like setting like spinning off missions, sending these people out, and then just dealing with the fallout like as it happens. Ochizan is kind of a nebulous like threat that hangs over like a lot of the series run, but when we finally find out what it is, it's really kind of ordinary and not too dissimilar from what you'd expect like from your average like superhero like comic. What does set the series apart is the execution. uh FIFA has has a very meticulous experimental style that where he's not afraid to, like, like, decompress a scene in order to, like, draw out it's emotional impact, or just, like, make it, like, that much more suspenseful. And also he's really, good about, like, offering experimental, like, layouts. Like I said, the stories may read like, like superhero stuff, but the execution is just weird, strange, and it's like unlike anything you'd see from Marvel or DC. It really does feel like, it's one man's vision right here. And it's like and that's like the real appeal I found from reading this, like, reading the volumes initially and then rereading it, like, over the course of the run. Because, like, I thought, well, it's like, if it's not the actual, like, stories being told here, then what is, like, keeping me going? And it's just like, seeing what FIFA has to offer here in terms of, like, it's like his like the art, and just, like, just showing you how the events, like, play out on the page. That's also true in the extra large, like, volume 7 or round 7. Like, these are not volumes, these are rounds. And how he did, like, this se- separate miniseries focusing on former Copra antagonists, and how he did a, different art style, or, like, set up, like, some formulous experimentation. It's like for each of these issues, and it's really impressive to see how it's like the different styles that he pushes himself to, to do here. So yeah, it's like the appeal of the Copra is just like seeing, like, a familiar, like, superheroes, like, setup, being being done in a way that, that you haven't seen before, even if it's like, the stories are just kind of, you know there. And I couldn't say that I was, like, deeply surprised by, like, a lot of stuff that happens, like, there's betrayals, there's friendships, there's there's lots of, like, like, people being punched in the face. Some people, like, who generally deserve it more often than not. And that's all engaging to see and behold. But but overall, it's like, I wouldn't say that this is like like the best comic, yeah, you've never read, that I've seen, like, from a lot of other critics. It's good. It's like I enjoyed it, but when you get to the very end, and the final arc is called The Death of Copra, which sounds really dramatic. But in the end, it's just, we're just kind of, like, tidying up some business from the Ochizan saga. And in the end, it's like, it really does feel like a like how you would end things, like, for, like, a mainstream superhero comic. I mean, does everyone die? Well, not everyone, but there are plenty of key deaths here. It's like, but in the end, it just kind of feels like, hey, it's like we've kind of reached, the like, a stopping point here. So, hey, like, after 50 issues, good on FIFA for, like, having reached, like, the end of the story he wanted to tell. But it's like, it just doesn't feel like something that I that was that was like a big, like, it doesn't the end doesn't feel like something he's been driving to, like, from the start. And that's kind of what I want to see in my it's like my ongoing series. It's like, is it a good enough ending? Yeah. And anyone who didn't feel that Boomerang got what he deserved in any run of Suicide Squad, well, you'll probably enjoy it's like what's in store for his analog here. But in the end, it just kind of felt like, hey, it's like we're done. It's like, and it's like, that's and then that's it. We're gonna call it a day at the end here, which, is fine. Like, I certainly read worse endings, but in terms of just, being a big, like, finish that just kind of, like, you know brought everything, like, from the previous arcs forward, and, use them to, like, wrap up what was being told here. Eh, it's it's all right. And yeah, it's like it. And if you and if they was going to kind of come back to Copra at some point, then yeah, it's like I could see him like easily doing that. It's like in fact, and yeah, I'd come and see what he wanted to do next as well, because like I said, I liked what I read. I just can't say that I was like genuinely passionate about it, like the way I've read like some other critics like over the course of this run. Like so, Cobra, I don't know, it's like good enough, but hey, it's like DC currently hasn't done a Suicide Squad series in it's like in a hot minute. So if you do find yourself like missing that Suicide Squad vibe, and you want something that'll like fit the bill, and you haven't read Cobra, definitely should, because yeah, it's a, definitely like a worthy it's like worthy riff. It is a very worthy riff on that. It's like on that series, even if it's maybe not quite as good as its hype would make it out to be. So there you go.
Oh, well. Um, so that sounds like a fairly medium kind of a review towards.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, like I said, I said if you're looking for like like something Suicide Squad inspired that that does the formula well, this definitely fit the bill, and it's available in 8 volumes. Um, like all Image has been keeping them in print as FIFA does did the single issues. I've not heard any plans beyond their release of the first 2 volumes deluxe hardcover format to reissue them in some kind of omnibus form. So if you want it, like, hey, these 8 volumes are available, and they're all like like a pretty dense read. So it's like most of them are like 6 issues, but you're not going to like finish these in in like half an hour though. So yeah,
All right, you know what you want to talk about next time.
I sure do. But whether or not we'll actually get around to doing it, so it's like we're we're still going to keep trying to do um Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin 2, but but I am keeping my options open in case you couldn't tell from this. But so yeah, it's like if it's not The Last Ronin 2, which cross your fingers, everyone, then it's going to be Fist of the North Star.
All right, and we'll catch you next time on Comic Picks by the Glick.
Later's everyone.